AYTPC, John Meadows, Soul Patch Piper, and my neighbor's yappy dog. Happy Friday to you. Smoking my Brush Black Stanwell, and in it, I've got some GLP's Westminster. This is good stuff. It's a good English blend. Not a lap bomb. It can be challenging to keep lit for me for some reason. Don't know why, but it is. Moisture content seems to be good on it, but anyway. So I have some thoughts on nostalgia. I've been thinking about this. I had to look up the definition. It wasn't what I thought it was. Well, not entirely. So by definition, nostalgia is a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past. It's typically for a period or a time or a place or a setting. And that could be from your past. It could be from days before your past. Maybe your dad's time or your granddad's time or some other time. But here's the thought, and I have many thoughts about this. I used to think of nostalgia as, someone just trying to live in the past. Wishing they would have been born at a different time, wishing they could go back in time to a specific time and place. I mean, I'm guilty of that. Maybe guilty is too strong of a word. I've done that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it can be wrong if you're so wrapped up in the past that you aren't present in the future. My wife has an aversion to too strong of a nostalgic sentimentality. Gosh, that was a $5 phrase. She she likes to look back at pictures and such, but she's not one to dwell on the past much, which I'm very thankful for. Because all my past ain't rosy. But I do like to dwell on the past. I like to, sometimes I'll pull up old songs from, my high school days or college days or even from my childhood. Last night, I was actually listening to Bread, David Gates. The Best of Bread album. I think I had that cassette back in, late 70s, early 80s. And, it was a soundtrack for a lot of basement couch makeouts, man. Not mine, mind you. But, a lot of people recognize those songs from that time period. Sappy love songs. And some of them are actually thoughtfully written, but I diverge. No, but I was, I like to think about the past. I like to wonder what it was like to live my dad's time, to be his contemporary, or my granddad's time, which I never knew either of my grandfathers. That'd have been kind of cool. But it was tough back then. Life was hard for them. My dad grew up in the Depression era and didn't have hardly anything. Tough life, but he made it through, and he learned a lot, and he was eager to pass his wisdom on. But I like to wonder what it would be like to have been him. But I bring this up. I cannot keep this stuff lit. I bring this up because I think for a lot of pipe smokers, nostalgia plays a big part. Right? Maybe that's what got you into pipe smoking. You remember your granddad smoking a pipe or your dad smoking a pipe. Maybe one of what we call codger blends now. It was just pipe tobacco back then. Maybe that's what got you into pipe smoking. For me, it wasn't. Although I do like to look back at like pipe advertisements from the 50s and 60s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. I do like, I'm drawn to that time period. I am. I like listening to the old crooners, Bing Crosby, Old Blue Eyes, Nat King Cole, Dean Martin. I like listening to those guys. I play that music often. But it's not why I smoke a pipe. That's another story. So I decided to do a little digging into the whole idea of nostalgia, and I try to base everything on in my life on or around what Scripture says. And I found a verse in Ecclesiastes. Solomon wrote, "Say not, why were the former days better than these? For it is not from wisdom that you ask this." Okay. And I think the idea there is not, hey, nostalgia is wrong, per se. I think the idea there is that don't always assume that the past was better than the present. It's just not. It doesn't work out that way. These are the good days, man. This is it. These are your best days, even if they're tough and hard. These should be your best days. That's some of my thoughts, anyways. Another thought for me, having a strong sense of nostalgia and affinity for things from the past. It's not about trying to live in the past, it's about honoring the past. Therein lies a big difference. If I raise this pipe to the good old days, to the past, whenever those were. May the things we hold dear from them never fade. May our memories always be strong with them. And I'll raise my cup of coffee to the here and now. May we always be present in it. Hope you guys have a good day, great weekend. See you soon. Bye.